Hello everyone, welcome to the AnhDao channel. Today, I'll show you how to make this bag right here. A small shoulder bag that can be handheld or worn crossbody with a long strap. It's totally up to you whether you want to use the long strap or not. Inside, we'll add a fabric lining for a neat finish. In this video, I'll guide you through making that fabric lining. It's a very stylish little bag. For this project, I'll be using airy yarn. Let's begin crocheting. We'll start by crocheting a piece like this. You'll need to make 2 of these. The accessories for this design are very simple. All you need is some yarn, a 2.5mm crochet hook, and leather parts, including the zipper. Here's the accessory kit: a handle, a tag or label to attach to the bag, a zipper pull, and some lining fabric. Very simple. If you already have yarn at home, you can make this bag using your own yarn. That's all you need to finish a bag like this. Also, I've left space in the leather parts, so we can sew everything together neatly later on. First, take your yarn and chain 40 stitches. At stitch number 40. You can use a stitch marker or just hold it with your finger, like this, to keep your place. Now chain 3 more stitches. Yarn over and turn your work. Work 1 double crochet into the 40th stitch. Chain 1. Skip the next stitch and double crochet into the 2nd stitch. Then double crochet again into the next stitch. Chain 1, yarn over, skip a stitch, and double crochet into the next. Then double crochet again into the next stitch. You'll notice that each cluster is made up of 2 double crochets, with a chain stitch between them. And underneath each cluster, we skip 1 stitch. Continue, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next stitch. Then double crochet again into the next. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet. It's simple, right? Just repeat this pattern to the end of the row. So the pattern is chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Just keep repeating that pattern. When you get close to the end of the row, you can tuck in the tail end of the yarn to hide it as you go. Hold it in place and crochet over it. This saves time since you won't need to weave it in later. Just keep going. 2 double crochets, chain 1, skip 1 stitch. Here's the last stitch. Now pull the tail to tighten it. We now have 14 cluster patterns. Let's chain 3. Actually, chain 4, not 3. Turn your work. Yarn over, and now work 2 double crochets into the space between the clusters from the previous row. Chain 1. Again, into the next space, 2 double crochets. Chain 1. And into the next space, 2 double crochets. So you'll crochet 2 double crochets into every chain space, with 1 chain stitch between each cluster. It's simple and repetitive. Chain 1, 2 double crochets. Chain 1, 2 double crochets. And so on until you finish the row. Continue like this until the end of the row. At the end, 2 double crochets in the final space. Then, in the last stitch, work 1 double crochet. Now we'll begin row 3. Chain 3 stitches. Turn your work. In this stitch here, work 1 double crochet. That's our first cluster. Next, chain 1, and in the next chain space, work 2 double crochets. Then chain 1 again. In the next chain space, work 2 double crochets. Chain 1. And again, 2 double crochets into the next space. Continue this pattern until the end of the row. At the end of this row, we'll work into this chain stitch here. Chain 1, then work 2 double crochets into that chain. Now let's move on to row 4. Chain 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. In the next chain space, work 2 double crochets. Chain 1, then 2 double crochets in the next space. Chain 1 again. And continue with 2 double crochets. Repeat this pattern to the end of row 4. At the end of row 4, chain 1. Then work 1 double crochet into this chain stitch. Now let's begin the body of the bag. To start, chain 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mark stitch number 9 or hold it with your finger. Now chain for more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over and double crochet into stitch number 9. Next, double crochet into the following stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch. And double crochet into the next stitch. Then double crochet again into the next stitch. That's a new cluster. Chain 1, skip the next stitch. And double crochet into the next. Then double crochet into the following stitch. Now you should have 3 clusters here, with chain spaces in between. Chain 1 again. Now continue crocheting into the main piece, working into the chain spaces as before. Double crochet once. Double crochet again, chain 1. Then in the next space, double crochet twice. Chain 1 and repeat this pattern until the end of the row. I'll guide you at the next step. Now we're at the end of this row. Take a new piece of yarn. Insert it into the 3rd stitch of the starting chain. Pull the yarn through, chain 1. Yarn over, pull through once. Then chain again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold this spot. Now go back to the working yarn. Chain 1 and work into this stitch here. Tuck in this yarn tail to crochet over it. Work 1 double crochet. Then another double crochet, chain 1. Skip the next stitch. And double crochet into the following stitch. Sorry, skip 1, then double crochet into the next. Double crochet again, chain 1. Skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next. And again into the next stitch. chain 1. Now cut off the extra yarn, the one you used to chain 9. Trim it off. We've completed that section. Now use the working yarn again. Double crochet into this stitch here. And again into the 9th chain. Chain 1, then crochet into the marked stitch. Pull the yarn through. We'll crochet to secure and tighten this end. Chain 1, crochet into this spot again, and tighten. You can see it clearly here. Now pull it tight. Later, we'll weave this yarn tail into the work, so we can crochet over it. Let's bring it up now. Leave it here so we can crochet over it later. Now chain for stitches. One, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. Remember to crochet over this yarn tail as you go. Actually, we only need 3 chains here, not 4. Just 3 chains. Now crochet into this stitch. There are 3 stitches here. Work into this one. Double crochet, chain 1. Then in the next chain space, work 2 double crochets. Repeat this pattern across all the clusters until you reach the end. I'll guide you again then. Now at the end, we'll work into the space where we previously chained 4 stitches. Work 2 double crochets here. This is the second row of the bag's body. We had 4 rows for the base. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've crocheted 2 rows of the body. Let's move on to row 3. Chain 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. Now for row 3 of the body, chain 4, not 3, but 4 chains. In the chain space, work 2 double crochets. Chain 1 and again 2 double crochets. Just continue repeating this pattern all the way to the end of this row. At the end of row 3, chain 1 and work 1 double crochet into the top of the chain stitch. Let's now begin row 4. Chain 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Turn your work. Crochet into this stitch here. Double crochet. That's a new cluster. Chain 1, then into the next chain space. Work 2 double crochets. Continue just like this. Continue just like we did at the beginning. Chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Again, chain 1, 2 double crochets. We'll repeat this pattern until we reach the end of the row. I'll meet you there to continue with row 4. At the end of row 4, work 2 double crochets into the chain space where we previously chained 4 stitches. Right here 2 double crochets. Now for row 5, chain 3 stitches. Turn your work. Work 1 double crochet into the first stitch, the base of the chain 3 we just made. Crochet 1 double crochet here to form a new cluster. Chain 1. Then continue the pattern as usual. Chain 1. And continue the same pattern to the end of row 5. At the end of row 5, chain 1 and work 2 double crochets into this stitch. Just like at the beginning where we formed a cluster, we're also adding a cluster at the end here. Now for row 6, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, turn your work. Now work into this cluster space here. One. 2 double crochets, then chain 1 and 2 more double crochets. Repeat this pattern to the end of row 6. At the end of row 6, chain 1. Then work 1 double crochet into this stitch. Just like at the start of this row where we chained 4, we'll now finish by adding 1 double crochet here. Now for row 7, chain 3. Turn your work. Work 1 double crochet into the first stitch, right here at the base of the chain 3. 1 double crochet. Oh, sorry, just 1 double crochet. Now continue in the pattern. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1. And continue into the next cluster space. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 1. Keep repeating this to the end of row 7. At the end of row 7, chain 1 and work 2 double crochets into this stitch. Now chain 3 stitches. Turn your work. Work 1 double crochet into the same stitch as the chain. 1 double crochet. Chain 1 and continue the pattern as usual. One double crochet. 2 double crochets, chain 1. Repeat this pattern to the end of row 8. At the end of row 8, you'll see this chain here. Chain 1 and work 2 double crochets into this stitch. Now for row 9, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, turn your work. Work into the first cluster space. One double crochet. 2 double crochets, chain 1. Continue working into each cluster space to the end of row 9. Near the end of row 9, there's one cluster left. Work one double crochet into it. Chain 1. Then one double crochet here. That's it for this row. Chain 1. Then work one double crochet into this edge stitch. Now for row 10, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. Skip this stitch and work into the next stitch one double crochet. Two double crochets. Chain 1, then continue the pattern as usual. Continue to the end of row 10. At the end of row 10, chain 1 and work one double crochet here. Now for row 11. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3, turn your work. Work 2 double crochets here. Chain 1. Work into the next cluster 2 double crochets. Chain 1. Repeat this to the end of row 11. At the end of row 11, chain 1 and work one double crochet here. Next, chain 3 stitches. Turn your work. Work one double crochet into the same stitch. Chain 1, work 2 double crochets here. Continue repeating this as usual to the end of row 12. At the end of row 12, work one double crochet here. Chain 1 and work here. One double crochet, chain 3. Turn your work and continue the pattern as usual. After chaining 3, skip this stitch and go into the next one to continue the pattern. Skip over this stitch, just skip it, and crochet into the next stitch right here. Work the pattern into this space. One double crochet, 2 double crochets. Now skip this space and move into the next one. After finishing 2 double crochets, chain 1 and continue with another set of 2 double crochets. 2 double crochets, keep going until you reach the end of this row, row 13. At the end of row 13, work 2 double crochets here. Then chain 1 and crochet into this final stitch. One double crochet. There we go. Now we'll start row 14. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Turn your work and work one double crochet here. There, chain 1. Now continue crocheting the pattern as usual until the end of row 14. At the end of row 14, chain 1 and work 2 double crochets here. Two double crochets, now chain 3. Turn your work. This is the start of row 15. Work 2 double crochets here. Then chain 1. And continue with 2 double crochets. Chain 1, and now we'll crochet the final pattern cluster here. Now we have 3 pattern clusters in total. After that, chain 1 and start working here. Right here, into this space, into the next pattern. 1 single crochet, there. Now we'll move over here, on this side, count 1, 2, 3. And we'll work over to this spot. Count from the edge 1, 2, 3. And work the last single crochet into this 4th pattern cluster. From here, we'll work 1 single crochet into each stitch, like this, 2 single crochets, then 1 more single crochet here. Now in this pattern cluster, we have 2 double crochets, so work 2 single crochets 1 and 2. In between these clusters, we'll work 1 single crochet. Here's 1. And 2 single crochets, then into this stitch. 1 single crochet. Repeat this pattern until we reach the 4th cluster, where we'll stop. Here we've worked 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th cluster. Work 1 single crochet here. Chain 1. Yarn over and start working the next cluster 2 double crochets. Chain 1. 1 double crochet. 2 double crochets, chain 1. 1 double crochet. 2 double crochets. Now chain 1 and crochet 1 double crochet into this final stitch. There, now chain 1. And now we'll start edging around the entire piece. We'll work into this stitch, the last stitch of the pattern, with 2 double crochets. Now in every vertical or horizontal stitch. Whether it's a chain or a double crochet post, work 2 double crochets. One, 2, move to the next stitch 1, 2. Next stitch 1. 2, continue like this along the edge. Just repeat this edging until you reach the bottom corner here. When you reach the very last stitch at the corner, work 3 single crochets into this corner stitch. Now continue up the side. Work 1 single crochet into each stitch. Here, work 1 single crochet. Then here 1, 2. In between the clusters, work 1 single crochet. Continue on. Here 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. Work into this space, this corner here. 1 single crochet. Continue working here. When you reach this stitch, the first one here, work 3 single crochets into the same stitch. 3 single crochets in 1 stitch. Next, one single crochet here, then each pattern cluster gets 1 single crochet. There, work into the middle here. Just keep following this same method until you reach the top edge. When you finish this side, remember to work 3 single crochets into the corner here. 3 single crochets into the corner stitch. Then continue along this side. Now along this edge, for every double crochet stitch, work 2 single crochets. If you're not sure how far along you are, you can count the stitches. From the outer edge inwards, there should be 9 stitches. From the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. Work 1 single crochet here and start the 9 chain row. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then here, work 3 single crochets into this stitch. Along this chain row, work 2 single crochets per stitch. Keep going like this until you reach the top. When I reached this part, my yarn ran out. There's just a short piece left. Now I'll show you how to join yarn without tying a knot. Hold the new yarn together with the old end and crochet normally. When the yarn is short, just pull it through the stitch and start using the new yarn to continue. Hold both ends together and continue crocheting. Now at the top corner, work 4 single crochets into this chain space. Right here, 4 single crochets in the corner. Now 1 single crochet, Continue edging with single crochets. One single crochet here, 2 here. In the middle, 1 single crochet. One here to there. In the center, 1 single crochet. Continue this way, along the entire route to the other end. At the final single crochet, Work into the chain space here 1 single crochet. Then continue 1 single crochet per stitch just like at the beginning. Now at this final section, we already have 2 stitches here. See, we've already made 2 single crochets. Now let's make 1 more stitch, and we'll finish right here. We'll end at this point. To finish, we make 1 more stitch here, and then we'll create a false stitch. Pull the yarn through. There it is! Here's the second stitch, and the first stitch is right here. Insert your hook into the first stitch. Pull the yarn through. And now insert it into this loop. Pull it down to secure. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. These 4 stitches match the 4 stitches on the opposite corner. Now for all these loose yarn tails. We'll weave them in. Let's tuck them in neatly, hiding them on the inside. There, see, we'll pull them inside and hide all the yarn tails neatly. This side will be the front, the right side. Now after finishing this part, we should have 2 finished panels like this. Now we'll begin assembling the bag. Once we're done crocheting, we'll stitch the 2 panels together. Let's join them now. We'll align the 2 pieces like this. Let's prepare for sewing. Align the 2 panels together. Now cut a length of yarn. Thread a needle. Pass the yarn through the needle. Now line up the panels. Here, find the middle stitch. On both panels. At this corner, you'll see 3 stitches 1, 2, 3. From these 3, take the middle stitch. Here, take the middle stitch on this panel. Now on the other panel, take the middle stitch as well. Sew the 2 middle stitches together. Tighten your stitches to keep everything secure. Continue sewing all the way around as you sew. Tuck in the yarn tail and sew over it to secure. Match each stitch on one panel with the corresponding stitch on the other panel. See, the final stitches align nicely. Now pull the yarn inside. And hide the yarn. Make sure to secure it well, so it doesn't come undone. Repeat this same process for all 4 corners, so all 4 corners together. Once you've sewn all the corners, we'll continue joining the front and back sides. We'll align the 2 sides like this. Again, cut a longer length of yarn and thread it through. Let's start sewing. Here, the 3rd stitch from the edge will align with the 3rd stitch on the opposite side. Start from here. This is how we match the stitches. For the 1st stitch, pass the needle through both loops. Then for the remaining stitches, sew through 1 loop from each side only. Pick 1 loop from this side and 1 from the other. On each crochet stitch, there are 2 loops, inner and outer. We'll sew through the 2nd outer loop. Pull the yarn through. There, pull it through the 2nd loop. As you sew, tuck in the yarn tail and stitch over it to secure. Match each stitch one from each panel. All the stitches have been aligned beforehand, so they should match up evenly. Just continue sewing like this across here and around. When you reach this corner, match 1 stitch from each side. Insert the needle through the middle of both, then through the next middle section. Pull the yarn tight. Next, match the middle stitch here with the middle stitch on the other panel. This middle stitch is the 3rd stitch in this group, matched with the 3rd stitch on the other side. Tighten it well to secure the corner. Now continue 1 stitch from each side again. Half a loop here and half a loop there. Keep sewing across to the other side just like before, until you reach the 3rd stitch on top. When you reach the top 3rd stitch, you'll match it with the 3rd stitch on the opposite side. Now pass the needle through both loops of both stitches. Thread through both loops and tighten. Once tightened, pull the yarn inside. Use the needle to hide the yarn tail. Weave in the yarn securely before trimming. Now trim the excess. Done. After joining everything, we'll attach the zipper next. Attach the zipper first. Then add the lining and accessories. Let's talk about the zipper. I usually pre-install the zipper for you, but if you buy a set where the zipper isn't attached, here's how to attach it. For the zipper pull, the end with the arrow shape, the pointed end, that's where you'll insert the zipper tape. Insert it and separate the tapes. Then slide the pull down. See that? On the other end, there's a small hole. Widen the zipper and slide the pull into the hole. Slide and pull. Now find the center point of the panel and align it to sew the zipper. You can remove the zipper pull while sewing. It's heavy, so I'll take it off. I'll sew the zipper in first. Sew it here, on the zipper tape. There are guidelines. Align the edge of the tape to this mark. Then sew along the line neatly. Stretch it out and clip it in place. Clip it. Then use a regular sewing needle. Just a regular needle to sew by hand. When I sew, I always show how to anchor the thread first. Start by passing the needle through here. Pull it through. This anchors the thread. Now start sewing. Align the thread right along the edge of the zipper tape. Sew straight along here. Just follow the edge and sew it neatly. Keep sewing along like this until you reach this side. Once you're done sewing, pull it taut and flip it over to the other side. Turn it to the other side and sew this side down too. Finish sewing this side first, then I'll guide you through the next steps. Once you've finished sewing this side, pull the thread tight and tie it off. Tie it securely and trim the excess. Now let's press this section flat. Now we're going to flip this over, so the zipper stays straight and doesn't twist. Now find the center point on this side and stretch it evenly. Flip to the other side. Flip it over and clip this part in place. Clip it down, then separate the zipper again. There, open it up. And slide the zipper pull back in. Slide the pull in and clip it. Now we continue sewing. Sew from this end to the other side. After sewing the zipper, we'll move on to sewing the tag part. Once the zipper is in, when we zip it up, it should look like this. Now let's position the tag in the center. And from here, from the second row down, we'll sew the tag right here. Just align it to the center. I also just eyeball the center. Or you can count the pattern blocks. Let's count the motifs. Count from the edge. Use both hands to count from the outside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There, that's the center point. Now position the tag right in the center. Use a clip to hold it in place. Clip it so it doesn't move. In this set, I also included some sewing thread for you. Here's the sewing thread. It looks like this. This sewing thread is for stitching the handle and leather parts. Any parts involving leather will be sewn with this. Now we'll use a regular sewing needle. Just a regular hand sewing needle. Thread the needle with the length of thread. Cut a piece of thread. Cut a piece of thread. Now let's sew this tag. You can sew with double or single thread, either is fine. Here I'll use a single thread for demonstration. Single or double is up to you. Now I'll use a single thread for this. Thread the needle from the inside. Out through the second row here. Leave a tail of thread. See this tail? Hold onto it. Now pass the needle through the next hole. And pull tight to secure it. Now insert the needle back through the first hole, just like before. Then pull the thread tight from inside. Tighten it from the inside like this. there to make sure it's secure. We'll tie off this thread tightly. Pull the knot snug. And just continue sewing like that. While you sew, bring the loose end of the thread over to this side so you can tuck it in. See this thread here? We'll tuck it in like this and pull tight. Just keep sewing the same way. When inserting the needle, make sure to go right through the hole, so it's easier to push through, otherwise it might slip from your hand. Remember to pull tight each time, so the thread stays nice and snug. It'll look neat and secure. Looks nice, right? Now we'll go over it one more time and then tie it off once we've finished this side. Insert the thread here. Now tie a knot just like before. Tie a secure knot. Now you can use a lighter to gently melt the thread end. This thread has some plastic in it, so it will melt slightly. Press it down carefully. Be careful with the flame. There, done with the tag. Now we'll move on to the lining. Here's the lining. Let's turn it inside out. Turn it inside out, so the inside faces like this. Now place the lining inside the bag. Fold down the top edge of the lining. Fold it like this. Clip it at the center point. Clip it at the middle right between the two crocheted panels, right in the center of the panels. The exact length may vary, depending on your stitching tension. First, fold it down and shape it to fit. Fold it in place so it takes form. Press it inside to align it with the bottom. At the top, clip it down and we'll sew along the top edge, right here. Same for this side, clip it and sew. Sew all around the opening like this. Sew the entire opening. Once the lining is in place and even, we'll start sewing. Use needle and thread to sew. Find the center of the lining and match it with the center of the bag. Insert the needle from inside. Line up the middle of the lining with the middle of the crocheted edge. Insert the needle here. Now I'll show you how to hide the thread. Let's do hidden stitches. Pull the needle through to the outside to begin sewing. Start stitching. Once you bring the thread out, loop it right along this edge here. Slide the thread along the edge. There. Tighten it. Then pull the thread back through again. Now go through the zipper tape. Push the lining fabric up. So it's right at the zipper line. I'm sewing a bit lower because we'll later fold this over when you reach the outside. Make sure it aligns with the zipper seam. Match it with the zipper stitch line. Pull it snug, see? You won't see any thread from outside. See, no visible stitches here. From the outside, we'll sew right along the crochet stitches. Just follow along the stitch lines. Sew through the crocheted loops, then insert the needle inside again. Repeat this process all around. Just sew like this. Insert the needle back out again. Keep your stitches close to the zipper edge. Leave a little space for the zipper to move freely. Leave just enough space so it won't catch. Keep sewing and clipping along the way. Sew all the way around. I've finished part of it. Look how neat it is. you can't see the stitches. And from the outside, no stitches either. Very clean. No visible stitches at all. It's neat and pretty. Just be patient and take your time. Sew slowly and carefully. As you go, smooth out the lining fabric. Smooth it along the edge. Adjust and position it carefully. Once aligned, continue sewing. That's all there is to it. Be sure not to let the fabric sit too close to this edge. Otherwise, when you pull the zipper head might get caught. It can snag and get stuck. So please take care with this part. As you pull the thread through, tighten it, then smooth out the fabric. Smooth it down so it sits nicely. Then just continue around like this. Go all the way to the end. Once you've sewn all the way to the end, tie off the thread and trim it. Secure it and cut off the excess. Cut off the thread ends neatly. Next, attach the zipper pull. When attaching it like this, make sure to pull it all the way through. Pull it through so the zipper pull sits neatly at the end. Then we'll repeat the process again. Now do it one more time, but stop here, don't pull it all the way through. Trim off the excess zipper tape. Cut off the extra length. Trim it neatly here. Now we'll attach the handle. The handle will also enclose the zipper tape. Press it down firmly like this. Press it tight so it holds everything in place, like this, to keep the zipper secure. Push it close, nice and snug. Make sure it's tight. Push it and close clip it right in the center. See, clip it here in the middle, right there. Now use the same leather sewing thread we used earlier. Double up the thread for this part. Double it, then tie a knot. Knot it securely. Now insert the needle from inside. Sew through from the inside like this, then bring it through to this side. Pull it through here. Pull the thread through and loop it through here. We'll now pass the needle through this spot C. Push the needle through, right past the thread. Go into the middle where we cinched it. Now tighten it. Just keep sewing like this, all around up here, across, and down. Then finish it off. Continue sewing this way. It was hard to show clearly while filming, but it's easier when sewing by hand. After sewing, pass the thread through a few stitches inside. Tuck it through neatly. Then melt the end of the thread. Use a lighter to gently melt the thread. Press it down. Melt it carefully, then press it. Do the same here. They're done. Now for the other side of the handle. Let's clip it here too. Clip it in place. Then sew it just like the other side. I've left this thread ready. Pull it through to the same direction. Pull this thread over. Thread it in the same direction. Now let's sew. Once that's done, we'll sew the other side. Take the thread end. Loop both pieces in the same direction. See, when we sew, we leave thread like this. Pull both ends to the same side. Bring it over like this. Now thread one end into the needle. Thread it in. They're both threads on the needle. Now insert this here. Put it through. Now sew and secure it. Insert it and stitch it in place. Secure it tightly so it's securely here. Here's a tip. When you insert the needle, push it through this hole. But when pulling it back out, pull through the bottom stitch here. Angle the needle out through the last stitch. Push it out this way. Angle the needle outward, like this. Then insert it again. When pushing it in, go straight through. But when pulling out, angle the needle outward through the stitch. Pull it out at an angle, like this. Continue sewing the rest of this section. Sew all the way through here. Finish the whole section. After sewing, you'll have the strap attached. Now insert the strap through here, like this. Insert it through. Just like this. Thread it through. There, now we have a finished shoulder bag. See, isn't it cute? So adorable. Inside we have the lining. This fabric lining isn't stiff like plastic, but it still looks nice. Plastic gives more structure, but I think this still looks lovely. It holds shape nicely when filled. When you carry things inside, it puffs up. And we also have this long strap. This strap can be attached here. You can attach the long strap to wear over your shoulder. Use this for a shoulder bag. Clip it here. This is for underarm use, and this is for wearing crossbody or on the shoulder. Adjust the strap length as you like. You can adjust it to your height. There are 3 holes here. 1, 2, 3. The end of the strap goes through the buckle. Put it through here. Now we have a long strap for wearing. If you prefer, you can remove this and attach it to the buckle for an underarm bag, just like before. Now we've completed this super cute little bag. It's really adorable. Thanks for watching AnhDao's channel. If you need any information, check the video description for my contact details. Feel free to reach out. Thank you so much.